Sorry about the blank screen there for a minute, guys. It's being, suffice it to say that OBS is being weird today. My Discord channel is not coming up. Or my Discord window, the video window. For some reason, Discord is not bringing up the window for the video. Let me try hanging it up and re-initializing. Hopefully you guys can even hear me. Okay, there's the window. Let me see what happens when I pop it out. It's not anywhere available on my screen. And let me know if you guys can even hear me. Because right now it's just, everything's a little odd. Let me see. Cool, thanks, Dan. So that's working. And it's one of these things of every now and then when I don't use it for a while, things get odd here. And that it's actually all Discord this time because Discord is not showing the window's somewhere, but I can't see it. So let me do this. I'm just going to go back to Discord. I'm going to pop the video back in. If it'll let me. And I'm going back in here. I must have hit cancel. Sorry about the difficulties here. Discord is just being a pain in the behind today. For right now, I'm going to flip Discord over the other side so you guys can actually see. Oh, never mind. Should be showing up shortly, it looks like. No, I grabbed the OBS window. What a dumbass. Well, there went my PG-13. And instead of fighting with it, I'm going to just switch to that screen. Very interesting. No, not that one. Okay, that one's working. So this is really, really starting to irritate me. That's not the one I wanted. That is so weird. I'm just looking right now to see which even my camera app is not working. Okay. Let me try this again. And I'm pretty sure what it is the two of the cameras are arguing with each other. Because I did a major rework on my system because I got a new monitor. So let me see what happens if I do that. I just unplugged one of the cameras completely. And it's still not working. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, what? Oh, works! Yay! Okay. Yes, Dan, technology is awesome. So let me see, just because. Yeah, Discord isn't going to work. So it's going to be a stream of just me unless somebody else shows up. And if they do, then I'll have to figure that out. Because the problem is when I pop the video window out of Discord, it doesn't show at all anywhere. No, I can't find it on any of my windows. Just because, let me double check one last thing. Double check my display settings. Okay, I've only got 2 displays. Okay, so I have not yet figured out what I'm doing, but what I do have now instead. Well, actually, instead of just talking about it, let me grab the little camera that was working earlier but probably won't work now. There we go, this one. So this monitor over here has been my main monitor for a long time. Sorry for the shaky cam. And I had a Roku in that position. Well, my grandson didn't like the widescreen monitor we got him for Christmas. He wanted a let me set this down so we don't have shaky cam. He wanted a curved screen and, you know, different kind of refresh rate and everything else. And so my wife's like, okay, well, we'll just give that one to Dad, which that's what he calls us because we've been mom and dad for his entire life. We raised him as if he was our own. So I inherited a 34-inch, I think it is, widescreen. Let me see if I can get back far enough. And you can, well, that ain't good. Sorry, didn't mean to drop you guys. So 34-inch widescreen, which is basically a standard, probably 27-inch square screen instead. So now I've got 2 windows the size of screens on one monitor. And if I was to set it up with different inputs, unfortunately my computer only has 2 video outputs. But if I was to change the card on it and make get a third output from it, I could actually set this up as 3 separate monitors, 2 on the one. It's actually pretty cool setup. I like it. A little bit getting used to because the text is a little bit smaller than I'm used to. But that's neither here nor there. That is not the problem that is or not the thing that's causing the issues with Discord. For some reason, when I pop out my Discord window, and it might be, I think it actually is that if I pop it out while OBS is already running, it just doesn't work. So let me switch back to that camera, and I still have not decided what I want to do today. So, you know, donut to death on the YouTube stream. Okay, there it goes. Still not positive. Dan did say go ahead and do the Voyager. I haven't touched the Voyager in over a year. I'm actually kind of leaning towards the T26 so I can get started on one of the group builds for this year. And let me see something, because Eric had texted me a couple minutes ago in Facebook. All right. Nothing big. So how is everybody doing out there today? I did actually move the mat over a little bit. I don't know why the camera changed the angle it was at. Here I go again, adjusting things on the fly. Let's see. So yeah, I think, like I said, I'm going to do the T26. It's the only reason I started getting tanks too is because Kenny had them on a raffle, or Kenny had photo etch on them for a raffle, and I won the T26, and so I ended up buying the tank, or I ended up with the photo etch from T26, so I ended up buying the model itself. And I know, there I go again, starting up a new model, which will put me somewhere around 16 or 17 at work. You guys are quiet today. But yeah, and I could actually work on the Queen Mary 2, but before I do anything else, let me show you. I mixed paint for her for the hull, and I ran out. But this is what the hull looks like right now. That is the anti-fouling paint, and yes, I misspelled it when I put it on Discord, and so people started making jokes about chicken. But right here, I've got some runs that I got to sand out. That almost looks like tape, but it's not. Is that tape? That seriously looks like tape right there, which would actually make this. And I know I digress. Don't break that off. I digress, and you guys are now looking at my mind wander off into strange places. And if this area where I'm going after it with the scalpel turns out not to be paint, that's okay too, because that's where a decal is going to go. It has to be sanded out to make it look right. But boy, does that look like a piece of tape there. It looks like it, but it has to be. It's too well defined for it to be a run. but apparently it is. Like I said, once I smooth that out, there won't be any problem. I got runs here that I gotta really take care of because, oh no, damn it, I said don't do that. Fudge. I broke one of the, I forget what they're called. It's a really simple name. That's going to be an interesting fix. Let me set that over here. Then I got some sanding to do on this side. Oh, that's why that looks like that. It's not tape. It's just a detail because I've got the same thing here. But, you know, now I got to do this. I'll probably now lock all of these inside because I broke one. That's the only way I'm going to really be able to fix that. But I got to get paint inside there. Just a little bit of painting touch up that needs to be done, and I just haven't mixed the paint. Oh, Dan, where is everybody? I see I've got 4 people watching the stream, but no people talking. I think, I don't know what's going on for sure. I mean, just because. But it's actually been kind of strange since, you know, we started deleting Facebook and everything. There's been an odd vibe in the community. Regardless, I'm going to keep on going, doing my thing. But yeah, so I'm going to putting those stabilizers, gluing those stabilizers in. It's kind of neat that they can come out. But I've got the one that is broken and probably not going to be able to fix it to where it's going to be able to come in and out. And so it'll probably just be closed in. Leprechaun, that's okay. I breaks things all the time. I just don't tell everybody. So let me see. It says open widget. No. I got an error. For some reason, YouTube's not. Okay, viewers will. Stream status is poor. What do you want me to do, YouTube? I don't know why suddenly YouTube is not receiving enough data. Hopefully you guys can still see me. If not, sorry. And so it just dropped the number of viewers. So I'm going to press on like like you guys can actually hear me and see me. If not much I can do. The other thing is that right now you guys can hear me right now. Okay, OBS is reconnected. Kenny gets that occasionally. I get it more often than he does. Let me adjust this a little bit closer to the edge of the table. So this is going to end up being part of the World War II tank build. Way I ended up with this kit, way I started doing tanks, and this will be my first one actually. When he was successfully reconnect, OBS reconnected. Stream health is still poor. Just for giggles, I'm going to do something you never do during a stream. I'm resetting YouTube connection. Let me see. Force status still. How is the video for you guys if you can even hear me? Okay, because it still shows poor health here. I'm going to type that as well. We have been having some funky internet issues here lately. Stream health is excellent. Yay! Let's see how long it'll last. Okay, like I was saying, Kenny did a raffle on HLI Saturday stream, and I ended up winning this, what is it, Soviet T-26 light tank mod 1931. So, got the photo etch, gotta have the tank. That's how I ended up buying this tank, and how I've got probably a half dozen or more tanks now. Build quick, yes. Well, first, let's do an out-of-box review. And this comes with some paperwork. This is going to be an adventure for me, and this is colors to paint it. I may or may not paint it. I think this is the paint. Yeah, painting and marking. I will paint it something, even if it is just a clear coat on top of it. Here's the instructions, and actually a pretty decent book, 12 pages of instructions, which is good for me because I've never done anything like that or like this. And I can see right here, some of this stuff is going to be really, really tiny. And then I believe, yeah, this is the instructions for the photo etch that I won from Kenny. 2 pages of instructions. And as you can see, none of the plastic has been opened yet. I tend to open boxes and then look, and I like the way this photo etch looks. I'm just not sure if I need to paint it first before I put it on or not. First tank I've ever done, so it's going to be an adventure for me. Just thought of something. Let me type something into Discord that I've already told you guys, and it's a 1/35th, Dan. So let me type in here, Sunday stream not working for Discord today, just doing a live stream, which is actually what we all tend to, I at least tend to enjoy, just plain live streams. And then here's some markings for the decals for the tank. They're all white, so I can't really show. Actually, not all of them are white. There are some red and black. And now, the meat of the thing. So I've done cars and stuff like that, and planes. And 1/35th is a good scale. Oops, put my trash can on the other side. I like 1/35th. I like 1/48th as well. 1/72nd kills me. That's what the clot is, and I have not finished it. But so here's the body of the tank. The one clear piece headlight. About 1 million little bitty pieces of track. That's going to be the other fun piece to go along with all of those little bitty pieces of track. And I'm not going to go out and buy metal tracks for my first one. I have, let's see, there's 3, 6, 24 of the same sprue, the pins for the tracks. I could do an entire live stream on this with just the tracks. Let me get the box out of the way. And those 24 are going to line up with here, with these. I'm guessing there's just about as many here. So let me get the box over here out of the way. And actually, just to let you guys know, this past week I have been busy. My wife and I both like Legos, and I've been working on her Lego castle, which has been built before, but through moves ended up coming apart. This is what I've done this week. Plus I've got another one upstairs. Once this gets done, I have to take parts of it back apart to put lights into it, and it's going to end up in her Disney Village, which is pretty cool. Hey, Shu. Just an FYI, Night Shift paints photo etch after he glues it to the armor. Okay, I may have to do that. I do watch Night Shift, but you know, some of them I skip through. I'll have to watch, and especially if he did this, actually built this one, I'll have to see. I'm not sure if I'm that good at painting. So here's the photo etch. You take the plastic off. And appreciate that hint there, Leprechaun. Let me go ahead and open this up so that I can actually take the photo etch out, because there's actually, wow, this is actually some pretty thick stuff. There's two things of photo etch for this, and I like that engine grill. I think that's the grill that goes over the engine. This could end up being a love affair with tanks at this point, because I do have another tank. I picked up a skill level. I'm not even sure what the skill level is, but the Mang Bradley armored vehicle, I picked that up because it's got an full interior. Looks like flashy lights. We have flashy lights here. Let me move it over a little bit. And these again, said on almost every video and every stream, these have been going for a long time. The dual flasher, which is going into my Voyager when I finally get back to work on it. And yes, welcome, Kevin. It's the first time I've streamed in a while, actually. I skipped last Sunday, I think. I skipped last Tuesday, so. So Chris said, me and my plastic tracks are working on getting along today. I'm looking at the Discord because I posted that I'm not going to be able to do the stream like normal with Discord. But as I was saying, I am one of the worst people for ADD. Got the flasher board that's been going on since May. It's going into my Voyager eventually. The Klingon Bird of Prey board since late July. Engine still running. Disruptors working, and the photon torpedoes are working. I've actually got a Bird of Prey upstairs that I'm contemplating whether to do an older one or a new one. Hey, GB. I know what you're saying, Shu, because here's the thing, is when my biggest problem is when I do a video window, do the video chat in Discord, when I pop the window out, it pops out to nowhere, and so I can't get it onto OBS. Same with when I try and do the just the Discord window, it won't show up in OBS. Although I wonder, what I'm going to have to try to do is see if I can do a stream straight from Discord to YouTube and see if that works sometime. Just do a test. Okay, so back to what I was doing, which is an impromptu out-of-box review on the T26. I don't need these bags anymore since I will be building this. A little bit of detail on here. You can see it here. And I'm actually cheating. I'm looking in the screen and looking at the way the plastic is working. Last time we did stream was not able to stay connected. Interesting. Have to play with it without streaming. It's about time you showed up, Chris. I saw you're working on a tank. So am I. See toolbox details, rivet details, and looking at the swirls in the plastic, I definitely will have to paint this. Let me take a look real quick. I think it's not olive drab. And yes, here goes my ADD again. And this is going to be interesting because I'm pulling pulling paint out of a spot in the shop where I got to be careful not to break my printer, because it's right next to it, and then the sheet catcher was right there. I think I have tank color. I picked this up one day just because. Chris is here. There goes the neighbor. Be nice, Shu. So I think, what do you guys think? Good color for a tank? I think that's going to be the color of the tank, which means I first have to hit these up with Stynylrez. I know Kenny hates Stynylrez, but I'm going to have to primer everything, even though I'm going to put some things together. Wow, nice, very nice. That's a part I can recognize off of a tank. It's the exhaust. So there's that, and these are panels. All body panels. It looks like. So let me get the next one, and I see the cover where I think that photo etch grill goes. It either goes on top of it. I agree. It's gonna happen. Whatever it was that I said, it's gonna happen. Nice. These are the panels that go over the tank treads and the road wheels. I do know some names of stuff. That's an awful lot of space for that little bitty cover. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to rust anything up. This is my first tank. I'm going to play with it. Don't think this is exhaust. I think this is intake. More panels. This, I believe, is where the road wheels and the sprockets of the front and rear of the tank will match up. And if I say anything wrong about what parts they are, it's okay. It's my first tank. And there's actually two. It does. What can you expect for an Air Force guy? Exactly. There are two of this sprue. Although my F-16, when I did it, I knew exactly what everything was on that. And there's some more panels here. Believe this is probably going to be something for the drivetrain. Oh, look. I think that's a 50 cal. Tiny for a 50 cal, but it's a 50 cal. Two of these sprues. And of course, since I'm jumping right in, I'm not going to be able to paint some things before I, holy crap, before I put them together. So those are those little pins. Hang on. I still have my magic white envelope. Those little pins get glued on individually. This is actually stuff that I like, is doing little detail parts. There's a couple of sprocket wheels. There's 4 in total. And one of these, whatever they are, has popped loose. You know what I didn't get out, and I need to. And I happen to have one empty and handy. My little box for pieces parts. And of course, I threw that part already into the box. Get it back out. We'll throw that in there. That is part. It's either part 6 or part 9. I'm guessing that is part 6 because the other one on the same sprue is labeled part 7. Tape. Let me see. Somebody is messaging. Eric messaged me on Facebook. Yes, Discord is ucked up again. He's asking how the stream is going, and I just told him that it's only me because Discord is ucked up again. Let's see. It's somewhere around 100 or 18. So like I was saying, let me throw a piece of tape in here with the number on it. Soviet tanks were poorly maintained during the war. Soviet tanks were poorly maintained even when it wasn't during the war. And Eric just messaged me on Facebook with a picture of him and Karina smiling at me. So either they're watching something on TV or they're watching. I have had this, not people sending me pictures of them watching me stream, but I have had people have multiple people in the same room watching me. Usually that's Kenny. Supposed to be a good pen. Try this again. And I highly suggest, if you guys don't already, is this one of them? It doesn't say. So this one doesn't have the brand name in it, so it was probably not an Oakry kit. But I get these from the wooden models I do. And I love them. If you don't have something... He's watching Galaxy Quest. I don't think so. But... No, I get these from wooden models that I do, and they are fantastic. They last forever. I've only got one that's broken, and I'm sitting here just getting distracted again. I hate little drops of paint on things. Okay, back to this. Look, let's see. We have 4 of this sprue. And I think, well, these are wheels, I think, but I don't know that they are a single piece wheel or 2 pieces. I think they're going to glue to something else. Let me see. Yeah, these 4 are the same. It's really great. The guy who knows nothing about tanks is going, look, pieces of plastic. So those, I think, are the road wheels themselves. Looks like some suspension, more pins. I think these pins will actually go through the wheels, and I think they want me to make this thing to where the treads can actually roll. We shall see how that works out. Eric's, well, hey, don't pick on Mamma Mia. I love that movie. Mamma Mia 2 was okay, but you know, Mamma Mia I love because I grew up with ABBA. Not as in I knew them and personally and was growing up with them there, but I loved their music when I was a kid. I still do. So actually, manual looks pretty straightforward. All the sprues, and there's 4 of those, 2 sprues, 2 of that one, 24 of these. Hang on, let me see. Does it have the board? I'm looking. It doesn't show. Oh, there we go. 120 plus 24 of these. So the treads, it's 240. Suffice it to say, the treads are a lot. Oh, and those pieces were actually 2 pieces to make the road wheels and all that good noise. Hey, I sing along to it. I have a blast with that movie. I love watching that movie. And when in the second one, when Cher shows up as her grandmother, I think that is so awesome. Other than the one thing is that, you know, Cher looks almost the same as she did 50 years ago when I was a kid. Back when I thought the Sonny and Cher show was awesome. You know, used to watch that show back when Chastity was not Chaz. The world has changed. But no, I always thought that they were awesome. Excuse me. So, actually, she is made out of plastic. She stays away from the camera, the light, so that she does not. Amazing what Sprue can do. She stays away from the camera so that she does not melt. And so my 2 sneezes. Let me catch you guys up on some great and wonderful things. I just realized. Sorry, squirrel. So I happened to look over, saw I forget, stabilizer sitting there. And I was like, that is sitting there and all that. And then I looked over and saw the thing. Like I said, I have these everywhere. That way I'm not going to lose these. So back what I was about to say. And thank you, Leprechaun. So the sneezing that I just did is, we think it's allergies. And so I am now on a prescription allergy medicine. And blood test this week. Yay, I'm getting old. I now have diabetes and high cholesterol. So last Monday, Kenny just said good deal on Discord. I'm not sure what to. Sorry, like I said, squirrel. Another squirrel moment. But I now have high cholesterol and diabetes. Monday, I took 2 pills a day. Now I'm up to 6 plus multivitamins. I bought myself a pill minder. I am now officially old. Beware of turning 57, guys. Okay. Oh, that's funny, Chris. Why you said to Kenny, why isn't he on Bud's stream? So I'm saying on Discord, Bud's streaming too. I entertain myself. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, is that I've suspected for a while that I had diabetes. They just finally did blood tests, and it's official. So, so now I'm going to start taking meds for this crap. And my wife has it as well. She has been on diabetes meds for a year and has dropped her A1C down to 6. I plan on doing that too. Pardon? But that also said the meds will probably help me to drop some weight, which means I may make my goal of 200 pounds. So I need sprues D. Let's see, DD. Oh, look, they're all on D. So let me see which is D. Of course, D is one of the earlier sprues. Is that D? That is D. And that is D. Matter of fact, D is the one that the part fell off of. So, looking for D13. And thankfully, there are only 2 of these things. It says make 2. Okay, so the first thing I need is 13. Yep, of course they're going to put me on placebos. They're going to put me on M&Ms for diabetes. Wait, no, that's not right. So I want to use sprue cutters, but those are so small. And it would have been so awesome if they'd have just done 1 sprocket. But if you can, there's my envelope. See if I can get it to focus in. If you look at that, to me, come on, focus. There. The ends of 2 of the sprockets. Why would they do that? Although I do see where those little pins go. Peanut M&Ms. Protein. And actually, nuts are supposed to be good for you. But like I was saying, instead of using the sprue cutters, because that's so small, I do not want to cut the sprockets off and screw them up. I'm going to cut them off using a scalpel. Let's see. 2 of them actually took a little bit of plastic. Very careful. Yep. That sprocket's okay. And yes, I know it's a Russian tank, so it can be beat to shit, but it's my model and I don't want it to be beat to shit. There it is. A little bit of a burr left on that 1 sprocket. I'm being very gentle because these sprockets are tiny. There's 1. Let me just make sure. Be funny to be cutting off the wrong one. And I will tell you right now, guys, I will do my best with these little bastards. But if I lose one, I am not going to cry. That's like trying to glue a thread on here. And see, this one did the same thing the other one did. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it to focus. So you can see right there an opposite of it. Those are the second ones. As I was using the scalpel to take it off, it actually, instead of the plastic cutting, it broke a little bit. So I've got a little nub of plastic there to take off. There's that one. There's the other one. Yeah, I've done that before, Chris, where I cut the... I see what you're saying. You're talking about for these little things. Almost said bastards. Oops. And now I did say bastards. So D1. And of course this one, and these two, instead of being attached at the point, it's attached at the base. And yeah, I do that quite a bit, cut them off like that. That's exactly what I'm going to do with these to give me enough plastic to actually hold on to. Mixing cups. I haven't used them for mixing yet. I will have to. That's how I'm going to do the anti-fouling paint for the Queen Mary. The last one's tricky because it's got the number tag on it, or right next to it. I'm sitting here looking at where I cut off part one. I'm like, what's supposed to be there? It's already part that I cut off. That one I just got the pin because of the number tag there. Okay, so 2 wheels. What is this? 2, so 12, 14 parts for these 2 little wheels. Oh, I hate the way that is, because that's going to be a bitch to even try to sand. I'm holding the part itself down with my thumb, guys, and very gently trying to carve the plastic out of the sprocket. Yes, drive sprockets. And see if this actually moves, that little irregularity is going to screw up everything. Make the track jump. Triangle file will work. Just not quite. I use them so often that I don't even know where they are for sure. I want my cheaters. They should be over here. There they are. This is funny. I know Kenny. And that's fine. The over under, the fact that I will cut myself here, let me think. I'm looking. It's healed most of the way. I did on something else earlier this week. It is almost a given working on things this small that I will cut myself. There we go. Sitting here trying to move my light and I'm grabbing the wrong part. And by the way, guys, this stuff with, trying to do this stuff when you're farsighted, doing this close-in stuff is even worse than it is for most people, I think. I'm going to call that good. That's just such a dumbass place to put the sprue connection. Oh, scary. It's because I was grabbing the sprue, not the part itself. And I lost the bit of sprue. There's a very small burr at the base here. Oops. I'll call that good and hopefully not regret that I didn't do more. Yes, losing a part is huge in here. So D11. I'm looking at this, and D11 and D12 drop down inside of here. But I'm wondering if they're going to drop inside there, but you're not going to glue them because those are so that you can have the treads turn. If I lose one of those pins on the floor, I am not going to go look for it. Not even going to try. So just looking at it, D11 and D12 are little pins. They're going to go down inside here. So actually, these little sprockets that I just worried so much about to make sure that they are going to fit right and everything else, and maybe the chain, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're just the hubs. So my biggest concern with them is to just make sure that they line up right. Tea time. It's always tea time. Every day is tea time. Just in case. Except for the sprockets, you want those to rotate so you can. I'm just looking, maybe, maybe not. It doesn't really, there it is. It says no cement. And let me look further in the instructions, because if, I'll tell you right now, these little spindle parts, the parts that go, not the spindles, but the hub parts, these, why would they be separate if you were supposed to glue them inside there? Why wouldn't they just make it a little bit smaller? The hole there. So it looks like sprocket and idler wheels. Where is? Okay, they're going to go up there on the front of the tank. Yeah, it doesn't say don't paint, but the sprocket and the idler wheel get those little plugs, or those, not plugs, those little cylinders inside, so I'm going to do my best not to glue them. Exactly, yeah. And it looks like just looking, I'm looking too far ahead. It's slowing me down, keeping me from doing anything, which is why I never get anything done. No way. Wow. I don't even know if I can get you guys to get it to where you guys can see this. So I have complained and complained about a lack of locating pins on certain models. And you can see right there, this little bitty 3/4 of an inch part has a locating pin on it. I now love this kit. Tweezers. Let me find the locating pin. The glue, of course, because it's to me extra thin, has dried already. Love it. There's that little cap, and it's not focusing. You can see the little cap now that I just put on there. Make sure it's easy. Hey, I like easy. Occasionally easy is good. There's the locating pin on that. Locating hole, or locating pin hole. Okay, and after I do this, I'm done because I have now started a tank. I build tanks now, and I'm not going to do it anymore. No. That fits in there so nicely. So question, my tank building brethren out there. What color? I usually use my tweezers to launch small parts into orbit like they are. Yes. So what I was going to ask is, what color? I know the tread on the road wheels should be black, but what color should the sprockets be? Oh, wait. Let me turn this over. There we go. I'm sitting here looking at these because there are actually holes for those little pins to go through into. And I was looking and I'm like, where the hell is it? This looks like a job for cheaters. Same as the rest of the tank body. Okay. But the tread will obviously be something different. It's brown. Not sure if I'm going to leave it brown. Maybe. The tread and the pins, those are going to be different. Okay. Let me take a look at this. I'm not going to worry about that little nub. Where is it? Where is it? Polish with graphite. Not sure if I'm going to go that deep. But I am going to try and not lose any of these little pins. So stay. Can you guys even see that? Probably not. I just put one of the pins right there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab it under my fingernail. And then it's going to be stuck to my finger. It is literally stuck under my fingernail. Didn't focus, but before I drop it, and I'm not going to sweat the little spot of plastic that's still there. Let me just take a look at something here. That sounds like a very reasonable idea. But let me just test a theory here, because this is the outer sprocket. Or no, the inner sprocket. There's no detail, and there is injection marks on the backside. There are actually spots where these are supposed to match up. I might be able to get that far in. See, I'm looking at this, and I kind of agree with you, Chris. On the other hand, put them to the outside. On the other hand, if I put them to the inside, I may not even be able to see them. Okay, I heard you, Shu. Yes, I will know that. I'll know they're there. You're right. So I'll have to find a sanding stick. You don't have to think so loud, Shu. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? This is supposed to be the normal Sunday stream, but I could not get Discord to show up anywhere where I could actually see it, so I could stream it. So it's just going to be me today. Discord has been really funky here lately, and you are watching me build my first ever tank. I have managed to cut about 14 parts loose, 15 with this one. And I've put together 4 parts. Right now I'm working on the sprockets, trying to get these little bitty pins to fit in there. We'll see how it goes. Right, so far there's 2 of these pins, and I'm going to, let me go ahead and get the other 4 out for this side. Actually, let me get this one. Put this one away, because this one, the ones that were by the number tabs, ended up with the smallest of the nubs on there. I wonder if I could put that in there with that nub on there and sand it off. I'm not going to try it. Not bad. I'm starting to develop some confidence in being able to do this, and that's when I'm going to lose the first one of these pins. I am great, Lewis. Other than you missed it, I'm now officially old. I'm now contending with high cholesterol and diabetes. And I now have, based on those 2 factors alone, I think I now have normal blood pressure. For the last 56 years, almost 57, I've had very good blood pressure. Now it's a little higher than it used to be. And again, I'm looking at the wrong side. So I'm going to see if I can just fit one. Yippee-ki-yay. No way. Okay. That takes skill. It's not a big deal, Lewis. Not a big deal at all. So here's why I'm laughing. I just had one of these pins pop out of my tweezers, and I'm like, shit. And I thought it shot towards the tape. It did. It's actually right here on the tape. I was about to start looking for it and panicking and everything, and it was right there. But about the high blood, or the higher, or what is it, diabetes and high blood or high cholesterol, not a big deal. It's one of them things that'll just happen. You know, I'll just have to deal with it. My dad had a heart attack because of high blood pressure and all that good crap when he was 64. So I've been expecting it. Okay, you're there, you're staying there. Except for the nub is pointing the wrong way. Damn it, stop touching it. It was perfect and I had to play with it. Drop a clue. Don't think I got lucky this time. I did. It's right there. Sorry if you guys are saying anything in the chat. I am looking at this thing, concentrating. Getting it in there the right way. And if this time the nub is facing wrong, I don't care. Okay, put it in there and let go of it. Stop pulling it back out. I'm actually very proud of that. High blood pressure is not Eric's fault. Not in the least. High blood pressure is just, I'm getting old. And actually, to tell the truth, my higher blood pressure might be because I haven't been... There it is. Haven't been actually doing anything modeling wise for a while, or as much as I should be. Because doing little bitty detailed things like this relaxes me. This is a 1/38th scale, I believe. No, 1/35th. Yeah. 1/35th, right there. There it is. So that's 2. And what I see on these things, there is a slight point on these pins that fits down into the locating hole. Come on. Okay. So I'm just looking over at Discord real quick and Facebook, because Eric was on there chatting a while ago. Nothing going on. Okay. Oh wow, that's a buttload of glue. That's going to take a while to dry. There's 4. I'm very happy with the way this thing is going. Like I said, this is the first time in a long time that I've used cheaters to actually build a model. I'm going to put glue in both of those this time. Too far. Keep almost losing this one. Shit, I think I finally lost one. For real this time. Of course, it had to be the last one. Just look in a couple of places because I'm not going to dig for that thing for very long. I have found pieces that small. Just because there's one place it might have gone. Keyboard keeps collapsing its feet. Okay. By no stretch of the imagination am I a pro builder, Lewis. And, you know, I fully understand what you're saying. They need sticky tweezers, absolutely. So just looking in the grand scheme of things, only everybody who ever watches this video and I will know that that is missing. And I could lie and say I came back later and fixed it. So I'm pressing on. So now let me see. You need to put D11. Nah, I'm not going to bother. I mean, Chris, this is my first tank. I'm going to start my bad habits now. And I also have this uncanny ability that occasionally when I just ignore the fact that a piece is shot off into nowhere or everywhere, or whatever you want to call it, sometimes it'll just like pop up. Just like the first one that shot off, I actually found back on the tape. That actually would be a really smart idea there, Dan. It'd be really awesome if they would do that. So what I'm hearing is that even though this is my first tank, this is not my last experience with these stupid little pins. And I'm sorry, they're not stupid little pins. I know that they're supposed to be there. But they're stupid little pins. They could mold them into the wheel. Now here's going to be the neat trick. It's how I put glue where I need it and not glue that center hub. I need the cheaters for that. And I understand part of the reason why the pins are there, because it gives you a good solid spot. Thought for a second that it might be in there. Gives you a good solid spot to glue the outer sprocket on. Actually, the inner sprocket. And these pins are just all kinds of wonky right now. I'm going to put the glue in the spots where the pins are supposed to be. And I will be amazed if even one of the pins hits the right spot initially. I should have left that sit, picked that up originally. So now, just a little bit of glue around the outside, and hopefully I'll manage to actually be able to do something with that hub. Wish me luck, guys. We're going in. Sorry if you guys are saying anything. I'm concentrating on trying to get these pins even close to where they're supposed to be. Damn it. That one came completely loose. I don't know if you guys heard the ping, but that one is now gone. That one's in. Somebody mentioned something about Soviet tanks were really not maintained very well. I think that's where those pins went. It's the complete and total lack of maintenance. Okay. Okay. You know, I have something very similar to what you... Is that one? No. It's what you guys are talking about. I have these things. The only problem is, once I get them in place, getting them to stay there, because there's nothing to hold them. So, I've got one sprocket done, and it is relatively straight. Oh, I see what you're saying. Look at the open. I see exactly what you're saying. And you know something? I can't see them. Because of where they're at. You can see them from the side here, but you're not going to see them. And so, you're right, Chris. I don't need them. I'm looking. You can barely see it if it's there. So those can stay. And I'm going to save myself a lot of heartache. I was leaning that way already, Chris, to be honest. Because it's one of these things of the only person who knows if a model is right or wrong is the builder, and it's only right or wrong depending on how they look at it. Wow. I just looked over at the clock. So in an hour and a half, I've done this. That's amazing to me. It took an hour and a half to do that. Let me get the other hub out of here. Clean that up a little bit. That one didn't come off as clean as the other one. I can go ahead and drop that in here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the idea of the pins, and it makes a lot of sense. To me, if they want to do those pins, you set the hub down. If you look on the outside of the wheel or the sprocket, So there's detail. I can't get it to focus, but there's detail on the sprocket of where those pins come out. I mean, put a hole all the way through and let me shove the pins through. Wax pencil might work. So let me get these cleaned up real quick. And by the way, those pins that I'm not using are far and away from the only little bitty pins like that. The other ones, however, they actually do go through something. And I can see how the suspension is the hardest part on the tank, because the rest of it is mostly a box. Come on. The model heard me. I hurt its feelings. It's not just a box, okay? I'm sorry. Yeah. Tracks are, I've seen it, the tracks are going to take forever. And I understand that is why some of the companies have gone with the rubber band tracks. The thing I don't like is I don't have any way to stick something in here or anything small enough to stick in here to see if the hub is actually going to be free to rotate. And I can see the other reason why they do the pins, so that you keep the spacing all the way around correct. Let me see, do I have anything small enough to catch on the inside but not on the outside? I don't. If you want to put them in, oh, the pins? Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's, to me, the pins should be designed that way. The next tank I do, I will probably drill a hole from the outside or from the inside out so I can put the pins in. I'm just funny that way. I like to have the parts in there, but now that this has been closed, or now that these are put together, I'm not throwing them away. I was about to dump them in the box, dumbass. Oh, there went my PG rating again. I'm just gonna save the other 6 in case something comes up that I find something I can use them for. Okay, so idler wheels, which will be much easier. Why on earth? I see why. There are 4 connection points to the sprue on each one of these. And yes, I'm cutting them straight off the sprue rather than cut it off and then cut a piece of sprue off, and then cut the parts off. I didn't pick the where is Kenny? Kenny raffled the photo etch. And so, lucky me, I got those pins. I blame it on Kenny. What is it in here? Good. I'll tell you what, doing this in a sunroom like I do, I have to, even in the middle of the winter, I'm having to turn off the heat here. It is currently 33 degrees outside. And I've turned off the heaters in here because it's 75 degrees in here. So I will be back in a second, guys. It's one of them things when you're the only one on the stream, when you've got to take a break, there's nothing to do. So, be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Hashtag blame Kenny. I love it. Hey, Kenny's not here. We can blame everything on him. Eric's not here either. And Eric right now he's having some, not emotional, I don't want to say emotional difficulties. He's just grumpy right now. That's funny. I just happened to look over on Facebook. Wait, Eric, speak of the devil. Like I said, you're not having emotional difficulties. You're just grumpy right now. Did I leave? Yes, I left. Thanks for noticing. So interesting. By the way, Eric, here's what you missed. Oh, you just got back home. All right, Eric, here's what you missed. I spent the last hour and a half building these. And so these are slightly, I like the way these are. They're a little bit different. And there again is the micro locating pin. Okay. So I'm just cutting sanding. Where did I put the sanding? That's probably going to work better. Sanding the leftover nubs from the cutting it off the sprue. Probably won't matter with where it's at. Actually, that one's pretty significant. Epic. It's epic. I think we're all grumpy old men. It's part of getting older. We get grumpy. I've just realized I'm fighting with something that may or may not be part of the sprue connection point. I don't think it is, actually. I think it's actually part of the detail. Dirty old man. Well, that's easy, Eric. Just don't shower for like 3 days. Then you're a dirty old man. So this one, and I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about, is a lot easier to sand, a lot quicker, because this one is just the wheel. This other one has little spokes in there that I had to avoid knocking off. This one, this one has the pins already installed. Hey, Nat, welcome. HobblyLink group, old men, dirty, I don't know, old men. So let me put this hub in here. And actually, I figured out a way to test this, but I'm not sure if I want to try because might not get it to come back off. There are pins sticking out of the body itself. By the way, Nat, this is my first ever tank. Apparently, it has some unique features that most tanks don't have. Like little bitty microscopic pins to hold it together. You know, a smart man would put the glue on from the outside rather than try and glue it that way. Where's the pin? There's the locating pin. Ah, I see. Grumpy old man. Got it. Just small, tiny, tiny parts. I mean, microscopic parts. And I kept the ones that I decided not to use. In my defense, Nat. Oops. That little cross piece there is the parts that I lost a couple of those, and then I decided not to even try anymore. Those little bitty pins. And see, that's the thing. I think, Shu, you'd be more likely to mention that I'm losing my mind. So, those 3 wheels took... No, wait. It's only 53. I will be able to get 4 wheels done on this tank in 2 hours. That's not very impressive. Shave that last little bit of plastic off. And then the nubs from the sprue. Yeah, he could, maybe. Of course, maybe I already know how to hold on to small things like that. So there's the locating pin. There's that one. Let's see what I can do with little nubs on here. Poor Lewis. So it's kind of funny that how this, I was thinking about it a little bit ago, how the Sunday stream has evolved. It started out with it being, I think it was Shu. It was either Shu or Donnie and Eric. Eric was the originator of the Sunday stream. Then I picked it up when he could no longer had the computer horsepower. And now, because Discord is being retarded, it's starting to become just me. Kind of entertaining to me. So what I'm doing different this time. Last time I did the pins and then the center hub. This time I'm doing the center hub on the other side. Did the pins on the side that the pins are on. And I think I might have gotten glue in there. I hope not. So where's the pin? There's the pin. Yeah, that's got it. And you will only say things like that, Nat, when you know I'm in the bath with wet hands and unable to reply. Yeah, I picked up what you were trying to say, Lewis. That's because she's smart. Exactly. Okay, so 2 hours, 4 wheels. And now, so let me see. Oh, I thought it's step 2 with a tank running through it. I thought it was a question mark. Make for oh, hey, before I do that, I'm about to skip a step and then make life very difficult for myself. Sprue C. Yeah. Just 1, 2. 3. 4th one's hiding. I could think of a few things to say about her, but smart wouldn't be in the top 10. Wow, Lewis. Lewis equals pink tanks. You can't behave or the speed. You know, maybe I should make this tank pink. Nobody would ever shoot at a pink tank because they'd be like, not sure what's going on here. Well, that's easy. C1 glues to C1. Nice. There's a locating pin and a locating hole on each one of these. Beatings will commence until, if morale doesn't improve soon, beatings will commence. Or beatings will continue. So it says to make 16. 4, 8, that's 16. Just looking to see how many actually can be made with each one of these. I'm just cutting them off. I should probably cut them. Yeah, I'm going to. I started out cutting them with a piece of sprue available, but they're going to be small enough. I'm just looking. Road wheel. 4. Should the road wheels be black? The wheels themselves. Let me see what the... Yes, yes indeed. Let's see, Russian green, steel, tire black, wood brown. Looking to see where D is on here. There is one small piece that should be wood brown. A smart man, again, I'm not a smart man, would have painted these before gluing them together. Let's see. By the way, Nat, that is awesome. My wife does the same thing when I go on trips. She packs my bag. And what she said was, just remember, Lewis, I've still got to pack your bag for you for the week in the truck. It's not pink, it's off red. I had to do it, Nat, because you were too busy sitting on your behind doing nothing. You bet, and the more you enjoy it, the less you will receive. No fun. Barbed whip leather chaps. Wait, what we were talking about? Eric is doing his in an S&M dream. Yes, that tank had hard rubber tire on the road wheels. So yeah, looking at this, I can glue them together. Actually, I was going to say that the hub would be green, but the hub is actually going to be in the I've lost my mind. The part that would be green is going to be not visible. No one here is innocent. I agree with you. So actually, while I could, if I was smart, I'd paint these on the sprue. I'm not that smart, so I'm going to glue them together. And then definitely paint them, but paint them with a brush before I put them in the, I've lost my English. Basically, you guys have to watch me paint dry. Really? I would not have thought about that, Chris. I have many Sharpies. That's a smart move. I could actually bring my future over here, paint them with a Sharpie, and then dip them in future so that the Sharpie doesn't come off. I have a reputation on other streams. Which streams? You got to tell me. That way I can go and see what people are saying about me. Huh. Have a good one, Lewis. I don't have steel, but I do have silver. So I could do the hub in silver. The inner doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to see that. Oh, Nat has this reputation on other streams. Really? Wonder what that is. Because she always seems to be relatively innocent, at least. And of course, because I talk like that, that's the same reason that Kelly and Elaine love me too. So... got to cut the rest of these that I left the nub of the sprue on here. Got to cut that off the rest of them. I don't know if you hear it, but the plastic is shooting off into nowhere. I think the last one actually landed inside the box for the what is it? The Queen Mary 2. That should be all of them. Whoops, that would have been bad. You're very welcome, Nat. I try to be a gentleman. That's the thing. I never go barefoot through the shop, even in the summer. I usually have flip-flops on. Because while it is in the house, there are still things on the floor. I need to get the vacuum out and clean it up. There are spots, though, that the vacuum cannot reach. And every now and then when I clean up the shop, I sweep and vacuum. But it's been a while. What I'm doing is, even when you use the nippers, there's usually a little bit of plastic left over. And so, getting rid of that. I need Mega Maid so that she can suck all the oxygen off of the planet Druidia. take a look at something here. That is a A2 and A6. So just want to look. Whoops. It's a wheel. It rolls. She's gone from suck to blow. Yeah, there's enough of the hub shows that I need to do it in silver or steel. Or not steel, silver. You know, a smart man would bring this little box over here. Set these wheels. And while I'm working on these, that way I don't lose them. The hub should be... So just leave the hubs alone. Just do the black around the outside. Is that what you're saying, Chris? You are right, though. Silver on a tank would be really great. Shoot here. Yeah, and it shows that it actually does show it green on the color plan. What did you just upload on? Very nice. I see, so only the very outer edge on the inside. Very little lip there, got it. Yeah, I see the picture on Discord. I just looked, I heard the beep and I went and looked and I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Matter of fact, open original. I can see the pins on this one. It's big enough you can see the pins. Save image as. We will put that in a new folder. I'm actually saving it to my media drive, which is where I keep all my videos and stuff for my videos. Thank you, Chris. And plus my reference pictures. I do not know if I am good enough to put the backside of the 32 wheels perfect like they have in that picture. But we shall see. Hey Spence, as you can see, this is just me again because I could not get Discord to talk to OBS. And plus when I do the Discord video window, when I pop it out, it disappears. Yes. And that's the thing, is I'm wondering if Discord just wants to stream straight to YouTube itself. I'll have to try that sometime. See how it works out. And go from there. I like naps too. Ice cold iced tea. I've actually got ice cold water. Not sure if I'm quite up to doing mud effects yet, Chris. This is my first ever tank. Don't forget, I'm a newbie. But I've gotten good enough that I now I sand my parts. I used to cut them off and either say good enough, or I would use these type of files. I'd use rat files. I can agree with that too, Shu. Except for when I take a nap in my chair upstairs at night. I do that, and I'll throw something on the computer and start watching it. Wake up 15 minutes later, cracking my neck, trying to figure out what just happened. Some more and more of these little bitty wheels. I'm just curious. I wonder. Previewing purposes. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I was gonna throw a shot of the of what Chris put on Discord, but I'm like, yeah, I don't want copyright infringement. When you grow up, you learn to glue those two wheels together and sand them together both at the same time. Yeah, I understand that. I just want to be able to get the inside and the outside at the same time. Plus, I tend to sand parts as I'm going. And it would require, once I sand them, it would require me trying to touch up possibly the inside where it's already going to be ugly trying to get in there. Because you can see the green actually in there in the picture you posted. I'm just looking at Discord right now. This is funny. My mic is close enough that I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I can see that the mic, the Yeti is picking up the sanding sounds. Well, this is my first tank. Let me enjoy it. Maybe I'll make it pink. So here's a question I always wonder. They're called road wheels. Do they actually take the treads ever off and run the tanks on these wheels when they're on the road? Or do they leave the treads on to chew up the road every time? Yes, this is the one that I won the photo etch for, Spence. I didn't win the tank, although I could have. When I won the tank, since I already had the T26 and the photo etch, I got the T62A. That's what I didn't think they did. I figured they were just called road wheels because they're rubber instead. But yeah, if you watch the beginning of the video, Spence, I actually do a little bit of an out-of-box review and say, this is a part that I have no idea what it is, and another part that I don't know what it is. Ah, got it. See, I don't remember if there are differences. For the field and hard surface. I see. So there's, I think it went, I don't remember if it was Shu. I think it was Shu that said something about Air Force guy not knowing anything about a tank. Go figure. Basically. Okay, now to make sure that I make 16 of these suckers. But before I do that, I was about to give myself a difficult proposition by gluing them before doing the black wheels. I see. Lots of things I did not know. I'm just looking at the return rollers. So I'm wondering. I'm just looking at this and at the instructions. It looks like the return rollers are glued solid, so the track is, instead of rolling over, it's just going to actually bounce. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's see how many of these I can lose. Hopefully none. You know what? I mentioned that I had them earlier, but they would not work for those pins that I was working with. Let's see, original Smart Hold. The question is, are any of these at all any good anymore? Because they're years, very many years old. Actually, little parts on ships and things like that, I don't need cheaters for. Tank wheels. I need cheaters for tank wheels. And let the fun begin where I sit there. You guys watch me put Sharpie on 32 wheels. Not too bad. See if I can get it to actually focus. Not too bad. Like black Sharpie, it covers up most everything. Now the fun part, because just the very outer edge inside. I'm writing up on the part that's not supposed to be black. Damn it. It's okay. On the inside, it's not the best. You know how hard it is for me to see what I'm putting on there? It's not focusing. Yeah, you can see right there. Got the light on. Yes, this is getting serious. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking there's got to be an easier way than these glue sticks because they're letting, or these sticky things, because they're letting it wobble all over the place. So let me try something. And I'm not sniffing this Sharpie too much there, Spence. Thanks for stopping by, Nat. Talk to you later. And yes, I agree with you that actually all men are just big babies. I agree with it. I mean, kind of like this, Chris. I had the same thought, except for this is the other end of my one of my things. Clamps for when I paint. I may get toothpicks though because this is a lot longer than I need. So do you guys do what I'm doing without even meaning to? Well, you're doing something very detailed. Crap, just got too much on there. Do you inadvertently hold your breath? Not even thinking about it and sitting here holding my breath. Want to smell, Spence? By the way, guys, I will tell you, your regular Sharpie probably would be a lot more difficult. Instead of using a regular Sharpie, I very often use ones like this, the brush tip ones. I have no idea how long I've had these. I've bought a box of them back in, I think it was 2013. I remember as a kid when they had, it wasn't Sharpies, but it was felt pens like this, like Sharpies. They weren't Sharpies. They were semi-permanent, but they actually had pens that were designed to be smelled. The orange smelled like it, or the orange color smelled like an orange. 70s were a great time to be alive. We did all kinds of stupid shit like that. Yeah, I can believe it. I'm just thinking, I know somewhere in here I have actually toothpicks, because that is just too long. And if I don't have them in here, the kitchen is right next door. But I know when Andrea bought toothpicks one time, I ended up with a canister of them in here. I need toothpicks instead. That's just too big. Be right back, guys. It's awesome when the model room is right next to the kitchen. So, toothpicks. Point is not quite as big as the one on the stick. Or not, it's same size, it's not as long. The front side is so much easier than the back side. Try doing it this way instead. See if I can get the back side better when it's facing me, not having to do it from the toothpick side. Still going over a little bit. But having multiple toothpicks, I can now do a couple of them at a time. We do have tiny Batman. Somewhere on here. It's kind of hard to see considering the lenses are, the magnifying lenses in front of my eyes a little bit. We do have unpainted Bane. And Goofy's just on the other bench. And what you guys also don't see is we also have Chippy on the bench. Looking a little bit further away. The Enterprise mug on the bench. Basically what I'm saying is I got a lot of stuff on the bench. Yes, Eric will be extremely happy now. He was here and he disappeared again. That is the best one I've done yet. So now I've got a technique to do it. I'll do it for 2 or 3 of them, then forget how to do it. And by the way, what helps a lot with me painting things like this, guys, is I have no measurable depth perception. So a lot of times I'm just guessing at how close it is. Yeah, he might have fallen asleep. I think it's kind of odd, too, that Kenny didn't show up today. That one's going off. Now, Kenny hasn't shown up, so I hope everything's okay with him. He's either working on the house. Oh, that scared me. He's either working on the house or more likely working on a model, since he's actually started modeling again. Like I said, got this technique down and then forgot it. Much more better. So if you can't see what I'm doing, first, get glasses. Second, what I'm doing is I'm setting the toothpick down on the table, getting the pen right about where it's on the wheel where I need it, and then I'm trying to keep the pen in place while I roll the wheel. Something probably everybody would know, so I'm going to tell you anyway. Torturing that poor dog named Janeway. That's true. He might be visiting the puppies. Gotta give Voyager its due, though. I like Voyager. I like it because it's a little bit different than the other ships with the folding nacelles, which is because of environmental pollution of subspace. Which I only learned by watching, I think it was actually YouTube videos where I learned that was supposed to be because warp engines, that one almost screwed that one up bad. Warp engines were screwing up the subspace. Hang on, let me see. Kenny's on Discord. Spence posted. Yes. Those markers, Spence. I love them. Loved them as a kid. Sweet smelling. We're talking poorly of you on Buck Street. We're not talking poorly of you. We're just talking about you. Poorly. Kenny just posted on Discord. He just got back from New York City. Force of nature. I see. And then after that, if I remember right, everybody was reduced to Warp 5. But Warp 5 is no longer Warp 5 what it was in the TOS era because reasons. They've changed the measuring. Oh, look, I got marker on my mat. Damn it. You would be upset if we were saying nice things. That's awesome. Welcome, Kenny. So, Kenny, this is the model that I won the photo etch for, the T26. And so far, I've built, I forget what they're called. I've built 2 idler wheels, 2 sprockets wheels, Found out that the pins in here suck, and let's see, done the tread on 6 of the road wheels. Bunch of nerds. Now, I'm not too worried about it. And when it's the ones on the outer side that when I screw them up, the way I can fix that is the best ones will go to the inside or to the outside. This has got to be almost like watching Kenny do wood. Eric is still here. He's just quiet. Or did you fall asleep, Eric? And if I was really concerned about the way that I'm going over a little bit, hide your mistakes. Yes, hide your mistakes with weathering. Mistakes in armor are probably a lot easier to hide than mistakes on a cruise ship. That's why I've got one side of the Queen Mary 2 is the beauty side. The other side is, oh fuck, I screwed that up. Hopefully all the errors will end up on the right side. Yes, indeed, Kenny. Yes, indeed. We do love when you play with your wood. We should, if we can ever get Discord to work right again, we should do a wood stream. You work on a floor, I'll work on the pearl. Or a tram. Poor Spence threw up about playing with wood again. You may throw up, you may use the throw up emoji there, Spence, but you sat there for 8 hours just like the rest of us. There's something intrinsically wrong with us that we would sit there and watch Kenny play with his wood for 8 hours. But that's okay. Oh, come on, Chris. You know you want me to blow pearls all over Kenny's floor for 8 hours. I just read on Discord where Kaylin said, New York City, why on earth would you do that to yourself? Because he lives right next to New York City. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll leave it there. But the pen, the reason it's called a brush marker is that the longer you use it, the more it starts to fold over. It starts acting like a brush. When you're done stripping paint with Super Clean, do you save and reuse it? I save and reuse it. Caitlin's asked a question on Discord about Super Clean. Whether you save it and reuse it. Kenny said that he strains it. Just to bring the Land Rover canopy as a test. To see if it's still good. Oh, Chris. Now, see. This is the purple stuff. It's been used once to remove chrome, and I'm still holding on to it. Hang on. Missing chat over here. That boy, right? Yeah, absolutely. Sniff. Oh, and Chris is right. Always sniff your products before you use them to make sure they're still good. Or don't. Please don't start smelling your glue or your paint or your markers. We're joking here, folks. Can just see somebody suing me and saying, well, he heard you on YouTube. First sniff to see if it's still good. I'm just curious why Kaylin would be. It's purple. It's in an orange bottle. Hang on. You can't really see it. Well, maybe. There. No, the lights are blinding it, blowing it out. Trust me, it is the purple stuff. That's awesome, Kenny. Thanksgiving in February is an awesome idea. Matter of fact, we used to just do a turkey whenever we felt like it. That's not going to work well. I got purple stuff on the wheel, so the marker isn't going to stick. Yeah, we used to do a turkey just whenever. When there was 3 kids at home, but now that we've only got the grandkid here, we don't do it so much. Plus, both of us are leaning further and further into being vegetarians / vegan because both of us now have health issues that just not doing meat would help. Yes, let's all go to Kenny's house. My new disclaimer, not meant for the faint of heart. Exactly. 29-pound turkey. Good God. You'll have turkey for the next month. We actually found for this last Thanksgiving something that I had not seen since I was a kid, where you could buy a turkey roast as a loaf. It's really cool. smoked turkey is, I would agree, was probably pretty awesome. I've never had it, unfortunately. We had a smoker for a short time, but we didn't use it very much, so we sold it. I've also done a deep fried turkey. That was very good. But it takes, well, I was going to say it takes so long, but not near as long as a turkey in the oven. Smoked turkeys, I take it, is what you're talking about being big there? Hello, Kelly. Hello, Elaine, if you're there. And Junior and Max. Got to say hello to Max. Been a long time since we've seen Max. I'd say Kenny posted a picture of Max on Facebook, but what's funny though, Kenny, is even though you finally got through, let's see, hang on, staff always wants me to smoke turkey air fryer. That's awesome. Well, what's funny, Kenny, about you no longer, you got the email and everything else. It's still there. I went and looked, and at least last night, the HLI page was still on Facebook. No content. And one guy who's signed up to requested membership, that one diehard out there, okay. Yeah, we could see Max if somebody actually did a live stream once in a while. Not naming names. So let me see. Just looking, Chris posted first sniff and see if it's still good. Smells like French fried taters and mustard. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Yes, we all want Maximus Catechus. Still waiting on Fios. I think you could still probably get a stream out, but that's all you, Kenny. So it's 252 and puppies, yes. That's going to be a handful. I wonder what Max is going to think about the puppies. So it's 252. I've done most of the road wheels, got quite a few here. I haven't taken any pictures yet, but I will, and I will post on the tank group build. So I'm actually having a good time with this. It's when we get to building this thing and building the suspension, that's when I'm going to figure out if I actually am going to like tanks or not. For those of you that were not here earlier, there's the color of my tank. The tracks, I'm not sure. Pictures show black, but they also it says steel. So probably going to go with the black. And Fios is a dream in Kenny's head. Probably going to do something along the lines of black. Actually, I'm looking at the picture that Chris sent me. Okay, the green points are from the road wheels. I was concerned there for a minute. I will build it and I will like it. Yes, I will. I'm going to do this one and a couple more. I can't reach it. Hang on. Building up to Oh, that's not good. I'm about to die. Models are going to fall on my head. It's because the Coke track trailer is a little bit further back. But this one is coming eventually. Stay goofy. Goofy. Yeah, this one's coming eventually. I saw it. I saw it, and when I saw that it's got the interior and all that, I needed it. So I'm going to call it a stream because it's now been 3 hours, 2 hours and 55 minutes. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know it wasn't the planned on stream, but drove them in Fort Knox. Cool. Very cool, Mark. Thanks, Eric. It's not the regular, or wasn't the Discord stream. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that again because Discord just is not playing nice. Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing, Chris. For the most part, a model is a model is a model to me. Glad you're around as well. So, like I said, going to call it a stream. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll see you Tuesday. First see you on Discord, Facebook, wherever, and see you Tuesday for more of the Terminator. Also thinking about... You're welcome, Dan. Also thinking about starting to do a Thursday stream. If I start a Thursday stream, I may continue on the Terminator. I may do 2 separate ones. I'm leaning very heavily towards Thursday, working on the Ghostbuster car. So have a great day, guys. Have a great tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Stop by HobbyLink International if you like this kind of content, and I will talk to you next time.